The gentleman reserves. The gentleman from Rhode Island is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I rise in support of H.R. 5733, ICS Industrial Control Systems Capabilities Enhancement Act, and I yield myself such time as I may consume.
The gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. H.R. 5733 would codify the Department of Homeland Security's role in leading federal efforts to secure industrial control systems. And I want to commend the gentleman from Nebraska, Mr. Bacon, for his hard work on this legislation. I've enjoyed collaborating with him on it, and grateful for his support in support of the amendment that I had offered in committee to make the act, I think, even better. Mr. Speaker, we depend on control systems to deliver basic necessities like clean water, a steady energy supply, reliable transportation systems, and medical care. This is not a new role for DHS, which has been working on control system security since 2004. However, enactment of H.R. 5733 will help provide clarity to DHS and its federal partners at a critical moment in our nation's history. Cyber threats, Mr. Speaker, to critical infrastructure have never been greater, yet leadership from the White House is dangerously lacking. Over the past few months, we have seen top cyber officials at the White House leave, resign, or in the case of the cybersecurity coordinator, have the position eliminated altogether. What's more, the President appears to be making major foreign policy decisions with little, if any, regard for cybersecurity. So the President ignored warnings from the intelligence community about Chinese telecom company ZTE when, in May, he directed the Commerce Department by tweet to save this habitual sanctions offender. The same month, the news broke that the Chinese government had hacked into the networks of a U.S. Navy contractor and siphoned off sensitive military data. This month, DHS officials reported that the North Korean government is ramping up its cyber intrusions on critical infrastructure in the U.S. and around the world. With respect to Russia, we know that the Kremlin has the capability to turn off the lights with a cyber intrusion, as it has done in the Ukraine. We also know that Russia has been able to successfully infiltrate the networks of a wide range of U.S. critical infrastructure operators, including power plants. So DHS, through the National Cybersecurity and Communications Integration Center, or the NCIC, provides critical infrastructure owners and operators with valuable cyber assistance and resources to help secure their systems. The NCIC, and specifically the Industrial Control Systems Computer Emergency Response Team, or ICS-CERT, has long-standing relationships with critical infrastructure stakeholders and the expertise to help owners and operators harden their defenses. So expertise in operational technology, or OT, cybersecurity is even harder to come by than in the more traditional information and communications technology, or ICT, space. And all of my colleagues know how much of a workforce challenge we're facing there. So Congress is wise to recognize the amazing resource we have in ICS-CERT by formally authorizing it with Mr. Bacon's bill. The security solutions in the ICT space do not always map well onto operational technology, and being conversant in the nuances is essential if we are to protect the systems that we so heavily rely on. So during the committee consideration, I was also proud to offer an amendment to codify ICS-CERT's Coordinated Vulnerability Disclosure Program that ensures ICS vulnerabilities can be reported securely, promptly, and responsibly. Through this program, manufacturers are assured of a chance to patch vulnerabilities before they are publicly announced, and security are assured that their voices will be heard. So ICS-CERT is to be commended for running a progressive program that recognizes that most security researchers want to help make the Internet and the scary devices that are connected to it a safer place. And the Coordinated Vulnerability Program does just that by helping critical infrastructure owners and operators who receive notices from ICS-CERT about discovered vulnerabilities and effective patches before malicious actors have a chance to exploit any flaws. Mr. Speaker, the bill would empower ICS-CERT to carry out this mission fully and effectively. And again, I want to commend the gentleman for his work on this important piece of legislation. And with that, I urge my colleagues to support the measure, and I reserve the balance of my time.